Hello, everyone. We are back from our break, and for hour number 3 of Die Party Blood Dues week number 5. Graham, what's going on? What's going on,
Let's bring
Graham?
it back up with Engelard and Roland at the tavern.
Well, I
What
mean,
what happens next?
presumably by this point,
I talked
what?
to the two dwarves.
Yeah, I mean, what time of day would it be right by now?
Midday.
Would, yeah, no, I would assume that Walls would only be back in a few hours, anyways, probably.
Okay.
Sunset is when they
Yes.
open the gates for the mercenaries to come back.
Yeah, most likely. So, I mean, all of my leads have dried up. They end up being less than promising, or there are barriers to it. I can't go to where the red X's are on the map. So for now, I'm just going to have to relax in the lounge and wait until Walzer gets back to find out what he discovered.
Do they keep the gates closed until they come back? Or, what's the deal there?
No, they're open when the sun's up.
Okay. But they don't let anyone go in and out during that time?
No, they don't let anybody in and out during nighttime.
Yeah.
He's saying you have to be back by sunset. Because
Oh,
that's when they do
right.
close.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Because that's when they do close the gates.
No, I get you now.
Yep.
Sure.
So, speaking to the dwarves are quite brilliant conversationalists. They want to weigh in. They want to get you to weigh in on their debate over who would win in a fight, a white dragon or a white dragon's weight bears.
Oh god.
What do I know about white dragons?
They breathe ice.
Well, Roland will postulate that being an ice-breathing dragon, the bears who hibernate in the winter may be tricked into sleeping or leaving to go hibernate.
Mm-hmm.
And
Interesting. What else you guys do? Anything?
Probably not, honestly. Just drink the day away and contemplate how little I managed to actually do today compared to yesterday.
Well, at that point, somebody else comes in the tavern. It is the young squire, William.
Hello.
Psst, it's Billy.
And William will walk up to Roland and he'll say, excuse me?
Hey, Billy, how's it going?
He says, I was hoping I could talk to you in private.
Sure thing.
I'll get up, and I assume the nearest private place is
The other corner.
something like that. Yeah.
A mile away with your voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, William is fidgeting and is shaking and nervous, and he says, I really shouldn't be telling you this, but it's Captain Sinat.
Roland takes off the face mask on his helmet. What about Captain Sinat?
And he says, he's been scaring me lately.
With like a mask or something?
That hurts. That
He
really
says, no,
hurts.
he's becoming obsessed with the Caves of Chaos. It's all he talks about, it's all he thinks about. He is obsessed that there is a spy somewhere in the keep that's feeding information to the to various whatever the monsters are or wherever they are.
Oh, standard paranoia breakdown type thing. Been there, done that, blew it up.
Right. He asked for your help, and if you're willing to help him, this is how you can help him.
By going to the Caves of Chaos.
Finding the spy,
Oh, the spy here for the Caves of Chaos.
or I don't know.
Hmm.
I thought you could help, and then he goes to leave.
Well, sure thing, Billy. I'll get right on that. Close the face mask again.
Okay.
England! England!
What?
I think we need to put a rush order on that Caves of Chaos thing.
And why should we do that? I mean, we were going to go there tomorrow, most likely, when Walzer was back, and it wouldn't... Since it's going to take us half a day to get there, I'd rather not be locked out of the town.
You worry too much.
Don't worry. Trust. It's probably... Honestly, I don't even know why you're in suddenly in such a rush. What the hell did he even say to you?
Can't talk about it. Very hush-hush, you understand.
Well, if I don't know, then what point? Then I don't know why I should suddenly make a rush for it. Without two members of us, if we include Pike, and one of these members can actually currently fight still.
Roland takes off, screws open the face part of or just the mouth part, just a little mouthpiece, and
I'm just imagining like this fucking like grill, and then like your fucking lips just coming out and being like,
Yep.
opens it and he leans in and he's like, Captain Sinette is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over the Caves of Chaos.
What are Cocoa Puffs?
What are Cocoa Puffs?
Don't worry about it. The point is, if we don't take care of the Caves of Chaos, Captain Sinette might go on one of those tyrannical paranoia killing sprees or something.
Well, that is a problem, but another problem is that if these Caves of Chaos are maybe as dangerous as we think they are, then going in with just the two of us wouldn't be very bright. I wanted to at least see if Walzer found anything, or if they somehow managed to convince him to visit the Caves of Chaos himself.
Well, not for nothing, but unless he can get that big old beastie in there, he's not going to be much use in the Caves of Chaos anyway.
Well, if he can actually get it in there, then I mean, he's going to be very useful. If only because freaking Pike is going to probably help us kill everything.
Well, you two shouldn't have split up.
Well, he decided to visit the mercenaries, and I decided to pursue my own chain. My chain didn't work out. I'm hoping his worked out much better.
Well, I say we go wait for the mercenaries. Some of them probably come back early. Maybe he'll come back early enough to head out again.
That's what I think. So let's just wait. Let's just wait for him to come back then.
Well, not here, because we won't know if people are coming back here. Let's go wait at the gate.
Well, fine, we'll go there. And all right then. So when we do that, I guess I would pay whatever I would have to pay, and then just leave. We're gonna be waiting a while now, really long while.
I guess we head to the gate to first to ask if any of the mercenary groups have come back.
Yep.
You muted, Graham?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
You were muted. Such tragedy. He revealed all of the secrets.
Yeah, I did.
Muted, and
one guy came back. That guy with the eye patch.
Patchy!
His name's John. You would probably know that, actually.
How's it going, Patchy?
He's not there.
Oh.
He must have went back to the guild house.
No, well.
Nobody else yet then, either?
Just him?
Nope, just him.
No wyverns?
What's that?
White dragon.
No dragons. Not as far unless I've gone blind.
You stay here, England. I'll go ask Patchy if he knew where Walzer who he went with.
Sure thing.
I head back to the guild house to find Patchy.
Okay, you find him. He's there. He's kind of lounging on his bed, trying to take a nap. And he'll wake up with the start. That'll be what do you want?
Did you see a guy riding a big old dragon go out with the mercenaries?
Yeah, he was there. Why?
Do you know which group he went with?
Yeah, I think I saw him went with Paul and Jasper, why? Why do you ask?
Oh, well, we need him for a top secret mission from the captain.
Nah, I don't know. They're not back yet.
All right. Thank you very much, Patchy.
I pat him on the shoulder.
He, when you turn around, he pushed you.
I'd imagine like he's laying down on bed and he sticks his head up to answer you, but you like sort of lean over very awkwardly to like touch him before you leave. Like that's what I'm imagining.
Hey, Roland, go and make a dexterity check.
You crush him under your enormous weight. He dies.
What a tragedy.
What a tragedy. Hey.
I rolled an 18.
Did you add your dexterity to it?
Yeah, I do add my dexterity to it, which is not the greatest, but I don't know. The total is
11, so yours would be like
29.
29.
wow,
so you
not
pass.
bad.
Yeah.
You should just add it in there,
Hmm.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't trip. You don't even notice that he tried to trip you.
I feel nothing.
And where do you go after that?
I head back to England.
Okay. He's still there at the gate. Nobody else came back.
Hold on, nothing happening.
Patchy told me that he went with Jasper and who else?
Paul.
Paul. Those are his names? Okay.
Yep.
I asked the gatekeeper what time Jasper and that group usually gets back.
Before supper, that's for sure. Most of the guys come back before supper.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we're waiting until supper.
Let's flash back over to Walzer, who's been having quite an enlightening conversation with the
Yep.
leader Figs.
Yep.
And he says, you know, people call us bandits, brigands, rabble-rousers, any number of dirty names.
Okay.
But that's not what we're about. Sure, we take things that don't belong to us, but it's in the name of freedom. I don't know why they don't see that.
Oh, I mean, it's dead.
Might makes right as far as I'm concerned. I imagine you think the same, and he points to Pike.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I've gone through my entire life with the idea that if I, threaten enough people, I'll get what I want.
Interesting. He will show you around
Okay,
the camp.
sure.
Uh,
Keep in mind that during this time, I'm looking for anyone that looks remotely like my father.
sure, there's not.
Okay.
But they're basically, tents. You see just like crates full of what look like other people's things, like sets of clothing, and there's a box of potatoes, or there's a box of there's some parchment, iron chains, whatever somebody had on them is in this box. Or is in
Nothing
this
real, like, high value.
Nothing
Assume
sticking out.
They wouldn't have any of that stuff out front.
Right, nothing's jumping out at you.
Mm.
And he says, and he kind of introduced you to the guys. They're kind of all makes and models of people,
Mm-hmm.
but they all appear hard.
What was the guy's name with the mole who wanted to fight me?
Buster.
Okay. Yeah, they're all hard guys. They
Yeah,
live
they
the
appear
life and
all
stuff.
have nicknames.
All right. I introduced myself as Walzer. I introduced Pike to every person.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're not very friendly people.
I still do it.
And he says, so what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, what do you guys normally do aside from, liberating things?
Well, survive more than anything else.
Why do you do it so far south?
Fresh air.
You know, the lands I'm from weren't exactly that oppressive.
And he says, yeah, as far as you could see.
Yeah, that's true. Do you guys have a smith out here?
No, usually if something breaks, we find a new one.
Okay, well, just so you know, I am a smith.
Interesting. Are you offering your services?
It depends whether or not this is going to be a place for me. I sort of look at him straight in the eyes when I say that.
He says, well, possibly, but it will take some time. Have you killed a man?
Sort of smirk at that. I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm sure you are well aware of how easy it is to do that with a Lucerne.
He'll look at you and he'll say, I suppose. He looks troubled. At this point, he will take you and he will say, you can sleep wherever you can find an empty roll.
Don't worry, I have my own.
And he says he'll call to Jasper and Paul and tell them to get back to the keep. Tell them he says tell the people at the keep you've never seen him before, pointing to you, Walter.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Jasper and Paul will leave.
All right. Well, I guess that's that then.
Well,
All right. I would go about making myself useful in the camp.
Okay. Interesting.
To the point of like, I don't know how easy this is going to be, but maybe I can get to work and sort of like, if I notice like people's armor, I like.
Yeah, you can try to repair stuff. Just try to make stuff useful. Yeah. That's fine. I understand.
Stuff, yeah.
You do your best. You're being friendly. All right. For the rest of the day. Roland and Engelard, eventually Paul and Jasper come back.
Hey there!
They say, they
Yes,
try to
Roland.
ignore you. We'll try to walk past you.
yeah,
Slow down there a second. Didn't you leave with Wally?
He says, who?
Big guy rides
Dragon.
the wyvern.
What?
Dragon.
Who's, never heard of him. Try to keep walking.
Oh, well,
I stepped in
told
front
he
of
left with you.
Says, well, you were probably told wrong. A lot of liars around here.
I step in front of him and I tell him.
He'll push you.
Actually,
He'll push you.
I want to see him try.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, hold on a second. There. Who will? Wait,
He's gonna make an attack roll against you. How about you make opposed strength checks?
hold on a second. My computer started freaking out.
Yeah, you dropped out of roll 20. Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Back. So make a strength muscle check.
Sure thing. Where is... My muscle would be 10.
Oof.
Probably not
Well.
good enough.
That's a good roll, but he rolled better. 26.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh, well.
He will push you and move you out of the way and keep walking.
I'm not... You know I'm not an idiot. Walzer left this morning to go with a mercenary band. We were told they went with you guys. And
Drop
now
it. Drop it, kid. And then they keep walking.
I'm afraid we can't. You see, I'm on orders from the captain to find Wally and to take him on a special mission. So I'm afraid I need to locate
They're waving
him.
their hands. They're still walking. They don't care.
Something's
No.
afoot.
I would say I want
Hey,
to
guys.
shoot...
That's
No,
suspicious.
Yes, I know this. What I'm trying... I wanted to do something like maybe shoot a crossbow bolt past their head, but with my look, suddenly I would actually hit them in the head.
Because you would try to miss and you would miss.
Well,
and
also there are armed crossbowmen on the wall on the rampart.
True. I don't know.
And I don't think threatening is your modus operandi, if you know what I mean.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's getting
Not yet.
It's getting towards nighttime, getting towards dusk, but not quite there yet.
So clear. So they
Jasper, Paul, do they stay at the guild house or the inn?
Yep, guild house.
Interesting.
Oh, is Red still open?
Yeah.
All right. Before I go there, would I guess if he would have anything particularly rare in stock?
Well, I don't know. How about what kind of check can I make you make? He
Let's see,
probably has something that you would consider rare in stock.
Nothing.
He probably would.
Would?
Something, yeah.
I'm looking for something specific. I guess I'll have to ask. So I guess I'll mention Roland. Keep an eye on them. I'm going to check something out. And I would go to Red.
Earthing!
Roland, do you follow them?
Where does it look like they're headed?
The tavern.
Yeah, I'll go to the tavern.
Okay.
So yeah.
They're not really afraid of you, so they're not going to try to. They're going to the tavern.
Well, I mean, he's probably just find him annoying, but
Yeah. Okay, and then you go to Reds.
yes.
All right.
Oh. I just saw.
As Angelard back again, I see.
Oh yes. Just strictly business today. I just have a question.
Yeah.
I know you haven't done any shipments lately. But would you happen to have this? I know this is very specific, but would you have a Blue Lotus?
Blue Lotus?
Yes, I understand if you don't have it, but
Why? What's it for? What do you? Not sure I do. Why do you ask?
I am at heart a scholar, and this I read something, and I read something the other day, so I would just like to purchase one in order to confirm what I had read.
Says, well, I got a number of plants and flowers, and he pulls out a drawer from a chest of drawers and puts it on the counter, and you see that there's a lot of different dry flowers and dried herbs. And
Would I be able to identify if there's a Blue Lotus in there, or?
not without an herbalism check.
Damn. Closest I got was agriculture, but that doesn't make sense, unfortunately.
Not really, no.
Well, is there any blue plants in there?
Yeah. Blue flower.
A blue flower?
A blue flower.
I mean, it's not hard to identify what a lotus is, right? I mean, that's a pretty standard flower.
I mean, maybe, but
Well, it's easy for Dave to say.
yeah.
That's true, actually. I will concede that to you.
So I guess if there's only one blue flower, I said, the book didn't provide a picture, but that's blue. So I'll look into it more. But I'll just purchase this for now.
All right then. What kind of what are you thinking? I'm thinking 5 silver for this piece. Mystical properties, I imagine.
That sounds fair. Sure thing.
All right, he gives it to you.
Yep, and I'll guess I'll take it and store it in my where I'm lodging at the inn.
How much money do you guys have?
A lot.
I have a lot.
A lot is.
Well, we know. We just had we brought.
I have 227 marks. 72 marks, sorry.
I had roughly, I think, 300 before, 300 to 400.
Yeah, you guys have a lot. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll adjust this later.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah, I'd store it. Maybe do a mental check to ask Roland if he could recognize it.
Okay.
I guess I would join Roland in the tavern. Asked, have they done anything, or are they just getting drunk?
Well, I intend to do something.
Okay, rolling.
All right.
Once I see Jasper and Paul sit down at the tavern, which is assume what they do.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I assume Grimac and
Burr.
are still there.
Oh yeah, always.
I'm going to beckon that they come with me outside for a moment.
Say yeah. All right. Yeah, they're fairly agreeable dwarves. They come outside with you.
Open a little hole on my helmet. You two seem like you know what you're doing when it comes to drinking and talking.
Oh, we're here to help. It's our specialty. He takes
Uh,
a swig of whatever it was he took with him.
I'll sort of point out Jasper and Paul to them. And like those two. I think they know something about what happened to dear old Wally. And
Something happened?
Well, we need Wally. He didn't come back from the hunt, from mercenaries today. Everyone says that he went out with those guys. They claim not to know anything. Do you think you could get them liquored up, and get any information?
We'll do what we can. Happy to help.
Graham, do I have a tab
For what?
for
At the
my
bar?
expenses?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Somebody pays for everything that you do, pretty much.
Put it on my tab, and you can get them more liquored up than usual.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And as long as you get something out of them about what happened to Wally, we'll count it even.
All right. Take care of it.
Give him a little pat on the back, and just sort of keep an eye on what happens without seeming involved.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. So eventually Angelard comes back.
England, over here!
Did you find out anything yet?
I've got top men on it.
You know, the more you play Roland, the more I fucking like the guy. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see Gimac and Burr are chatting them up. They are quite garrulous.
All right. Just a side question. Would you be able to recognize specific herbs or anything?
Well, that sort of stuff comes up occasionally in the fine and storage tradition of explosives. I could give it a look.
All right. I might have something for you to look at a little while for now.
I guess we just sit in the table in the corner and keep an eye on the liquoring of Jasper and Paul.
Okay, at one point, Jasper gets angry, slams the table, and stands up and tries to leave, but Gimac is able to, assuage him and calm him down and have him sit down again. And at one point, Paul starts to cry, but they cheer him up. And, yeah, they eventually get super drunk and pass out. I mean, this is like nighttime we're talking about.
Yeah.
Eventually, all the mercenaries come back. Except Walzer.
Of course.
And yeah, it's deep into the night. Most of the men are gone. Paul and Jasper eventually stumbled off back to where their cots are at. Gimac and Burr, sober as ever. Come back.
Very impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we're good at what we do.
What'd you find out?
Turns out, get ready for this.
Yes.
Those two are not who they seem.
Oh.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah, it turns out they say they work for some guy called Figs. He's the one who's been
Wait, what?
Figs is what they call him. Weird name. Didn't really ask. Didn't go into that. Why, you know something?
Keep going. I'll tell you in a minute.
And he says, yeah, they left with Walzer and basically dumped him out there. They encountered some lizard men. Said they got lost in the crossfire. Took Walzer to their camp, which is in the woods somewhere. Didn't get that information. Sorry. It's hard to talk specifics with drunkards.
Of course.
But yeah, apparently Jasper and Paul are brigands.
Fascinating. You did good work.
Thank you.
The keep owes you a debt of gratitude, and I suppose England and Wally do too.
If we can get
I
him.
suppose that translates to ale.
Yes.
You bet.
All right, another round.
I'm sure your drinking skills and prowess will be put to the test before this mission is over yet again.
All right, Walter.
And again and again.
It's nighttime in the bandit camp.
Yep.
What do you do?
How effective have I been in sort of like bridging the gap?
Make charisma check.
Fuck. Can I bolster this with my armor smithing skills in any way?
I'll give you +2 circumstantial bonus.
Okay. Fantastic. That'll work. Oh.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, you've warmed up quite well.
All right. That's great.
I'd say.
Yeah.
You've got them. Yeah, you're telling stories. You're telling jokes. You learned your lesson with the mercenaries.
Mm.
You know what everybody needs? It's a good joke.
Yep. I assume that the stories that I've told, like, I make up a few stuff that I've heard. I tell them a story about how a dwarf like slayed a lich lord by throwing a sword like a mile across a room, and that sort of shit. Like,
yeah, no, I get it. They're quite impressed and quite happy with you. They're like, yeah, come on, you should join us, man. Be free.
Yeah, it seems like you guys have got a really good place here. I'd like to get to know all of you better.
Yeah, I mean, they start to pass around a pipe with some elven pipe weed they share, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I'll partake, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, like, you don't want to be like, oh, sorry, I don't smoke that, in a group of people you're trying to infiltrate, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens next?
What does the bandit camp normally do at nighttime? Are they partiers? Are they, like, what do they do?
Yeah, actually, yeah. They break out a cask of elven wine they snatched.
Damn the elves. I will partake in that.
Yeah, it's really strong. Make a Constitution check.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's something in this game for like for drinking, or like.
Constitution.
Okay, so before you make me do this test, is there a way that I can, like, sort of pretend to drink? Like maybe, like, put the glass up to my mouth and sort of pretend that I'm drinking, but still have some left in the glass. Make it seem like I'm keeping up with them, but I'm not.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And what do you want me to do in terms of that?
You can do that. They trust you already. You don't need to make any check.
All right, so the Constitution is 11.
Well, if you're not going to drink it, you don't have to make the check.
Well, I'm going to drink some. I'm not going to drink all of it, obviously, so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then you're going to make a Constitution check.
Just pacing himself.
Well, okay then.
Oh, my God.
All right.
I am the best.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to...
I fucking drink him under the table.
What are you doing, Roland?
He's checking.
Checking some stuff. Every time you get some multiple crits in a row, you gotta make sure the system's still working.
Yeah, you're fine. It doesn't really affect you at all. I mean, it gets you drunk, but not. There's a secondary effect to this alcohol because it's partly magical.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
but that's beside the point.
Hmm.
And the rest of the guys drink themselves silly.
Okay, is Figs partaking in this?
No, definitely not. He hasn't partook in anything. He stays far apart from everybody else.
Okay. I'm
Just kind of watching, sitting in his wooden hut, or not a hut, but like sitting in his wooden
foundation.
structure, and just sitting, meditating.
Okay. When everyone passes out, I want to try and maybe have another conversation with Figs.
Okay, he's sitting there meditating.
Knock, knock.
He says, "Who's there?"
Walzer.
He says, "Yes, come in, join me."
I see you weren't partaking with your companions. Thought I'd bring you some.
Drink is a weakness.
Oh, okay then. I sort of put his glass down, right next to where I'm sitting, sort of thing. I was like, so how long have you guys been out here? I mean, you seem to have a lot of stuff.
Does that matter?
Not really, no. I'm just making conversation.
Well, make conversation then.
Oh, okay. How long you been in Lasonia?
He says, "All that matters is I am one now."
Did something happen to make you be one? Because I don't see a lot of users around. I thought I was very unique in that respect, and I guess I still am.
And he says, where were you born, Walzer?"
Bit Cove.
He says, what's the farthest you've ever been from Big Cove in your life?
Well, I did visit the dwarves up in, turning page, finding thing. Gilvac Stronghold, do you know of it?
I'm guessing 10 miles at most.
Did that
in
be
any one
about right?
direction. That, yeah.
That's about right. I mean, there's always been trouble close to where I've been. I haven't had to go far to find it.
He says the world is a interesting place, broad and vast, with many different kinds of people. Just because you haven't seen a Lucerne user besides yourself doesn't mean there are none.
Well, I'd love to hear your stories about them.
Maybe one day.
All right.
And he says, I hope you understand that we cannot simply take you in on faith. There will be trials.
Okay. Is this
He leads you
like...
to a small stone room where the floor falls out. You have to put out 9 fires.
Shit. Again.
Oh, I'll bring a bucket with me. I sort of look at him and I'm like, well, I've read books about trials. What is it like? Making sure that I have the right constitution for this. Or like, what am I expecting to do here?
Something like that.
I'm like smiling behind a goblet, sort of thing. That sort of stuff. Okay.
You'll see.
All right.
Sleep easy, Walzer, and he gets up and goes to his tent.
Thank you. I'm gonna go find Pike, and then I will sleep near him, sort of thing.
Okay.
I have the, I have my own tents and stuff like that. So he has all that on him. So I'll go to where he is and set up, and I'll be sort of outside the camp for the most part.
All right.
Yep.
You realize that so the men you were drinking with is not all of them, obviously.
Sure.
And the men that were not drinking are keeping a watch out and about.
Okay. Well, I want to sort of be inside of their watch lines, I guess, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to go.
Yeah,
Like,
I know
past
what
them.
you mean.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know in case you were, I don't know, just in
Sneaking
case.
about or whatever, or trying to sneak away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for your information.
Okay.
Okay. Roland and Engelard. Obviously, it's night time.
Okay, after we get the information out of Jasper, or after we get the information about Jasper and Paul out of Gimac and Burr, I'm gonna turn to England and say,
So it sounded like you knew something about the name Figs.
He's the leader of the bandit group, which means that these mercenaries aren't really mercenaries. They're just well, I guess they are still mercenaries. It's just they're not working for the interests of the town.
How'd you know that he was the leader of the bandit group?
I was told by one of the merchants, by the merchant I visit. Before him though, I hadn't heard nothing about Fidge.
Why does he know the name of the bandit leader?
Probably be, I don't know. Maybe it might be more common knowledge or something. He has said his shipments have been disrupted, so maybe he did some looking into it himself once he started losing shipments of valuable cargo.
Hmm.
What happens next?
Well, I would want to show him the blue plant I bought. That probably isn't what I'm looking for, but
Okay.
Very
So
blue.
do you think this looks like a blue lotus or?
well,
I mean, if you don't have herbal, then there's not much we can do.
He doesn't have herbalism.
Then there's not much.
But blue lotuses have magical properties. You can't do it through some arcanology or thaumaturgy or anything like that.
I mean, it's only used, as far as I know, it's used in one spell. But, would I be able to use the
What's
monster
the
feed
spell?
slumber?
Oh. You want to make people sleep.
Might be a
Okay.
bit easier to do.
Because he told you that, roll and make a thaumaturgy check.
All right,
Okay.
so let me just make sure about what the roll is.
That
It
is
plus-
a 37.
Well, I'm gonna roll myself as well. 27.
Okay. You guys know this is not a blue lotus flower.
Oh,
No,
well.
it's not. Nope. It's
Yeah. Now that I think about it, it doesn't.
it's probably nothing at all.
Whatever. It looked pretty. It only cost 5 cents. That's not
yeah.
much. It was worth a try.
I'll put it into something sometime and see if it does anything.
I'll put it in my pocket if he doesn't object.
Sure thing. I don't mind.
Maybe it'll make things blow up. You'd be surprised what blows up in the world.
I have a feeling I would.
All right.
Well,
Next night falls.
I'm. Huh. So, do I get the impression that Captain Sennett, that thing that he thinks about the spy, is strictly about the Caves of Chaos and the goblins?
Talking to Burr.
Why would Burr know anything about Captain Sennett? I'm asking if I got the
Oh yeah,
impression.
William. That was William. Sorry. Just kidding.
Yeah, that was Billy.
Yeah.
And obviously, I can't just talk to him whenever I want, or that any revelation of spying would assuage the man's paranoia.
Well, I guess you're not really sure.
Well, I'll lean over to England then.
England,
Yes.
these men, Jasper and Paul, are definitely spies. Wouldn't you say they fit that broad definition?
Pretty much. I mean, they work.
Well, do you think if we informed Captain Sennett that he could find the bandit cap, find Wally, and be assuaged of his paranoia having revealed the spies within his ranks? Or do you think he'll go even more crazy loony and not trust anyone ever again and probably destroy the keep?
I mean, it's probably 50-50 shot either way, but these are just
I like those odds.
these are just mercenaries, so he might just kick out all the mercenaries from the keep. But that would
I
be a
say we
risky-
go to Captain Senate with this information and recommend that he followed Jasper and Paul with some guys, find the camp, clear it out. We get Wally back, and we can go to the caves.
Well, I mean, he probably won't trust me too well, but suppose I can go.
Sure thing. All right.
Night just fell, or is it very late at night?
It's pretty late at night.
Yeah, we'll go tomorrow. First thing tomorrow.
If I think that he's definitely not awake, I will wait till tomorrow.
You're fairly sure he's not awake.
Okay, then. We'll wait till tomorrow.
Yep. So we'll probably go in the morning before the mercenaries would have left.
All right, sunrise then.
Well, before sunrise, actually, because we want to.
Before sunrise.
We're gonna need. It's gonna need to be time to set up the plans to pursue them.
Okay, before sunrise, very early.
I get up early, and I will escort England to the guard tower.
Okay, there's a light snow.
Oh,
Interesting.
Very light. Doesn't stick to the ground or anything. All right, to the guard's tower. Standing open.
I'll walk in.
Yeah, I'll walk
All right.
after him.
There's nobody on the ground floor, but you kind of know the layout of the place. Captain's actual chambers would be on the third floor. His office on the second floor.
I'll try and seek out his office.
Okay, second floor. Go to his office. It's labeled Captain Sinat.
Gentle knock. Bang, bang, bang.
That's pretty funny. No
And
response,
then?
I guess.
And then silence.
Did we lose you, Graham?
Graham?
Oh, I don't know why I muted myself. That was weird.
Why did you make yourself?
I have no idea. I didn't.
All right.
mute
Well, the
myself
last
at
thing
all.
that happened was I banged.
Yeah, no
hilariously.
answer. No answer.
I mean,
All right.
I don't
Is
see
there like a
why-
little window?
No.
Do I know that he sleeps elsewhere?
Well, this is which room are you banging on?
His office, I suppose.
Yeah. He'd sleep in his chambers.
Oh, then I go to his chambers.
Oh,
If
okay.
assuming. Well, I imagine there is an overnight guard, by the way, like something that is just making sure people aren't walking around setting explosives under people's chairs, say.
Well, yeah. The door is open, so yeah. I mean, there are guards about always.
Well, then I will go to one and be like, "Hey, I've got important news for the captain. I think we can wake him up. This is really important."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Sounds all right.
All right, then.
But I mean, he directs you to his chambers, but wake him up at your own risk. I mean, I'm not losing my job.
All right, gentle knock, bang, bang, bang.
No response.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, he hears something inside. And who is it?
Roland, I've succeeded in my mission. I've got important news.
He throws the door open. He's mostly naked.
All
He
right.
says, "What news?"
We've
We've just-
revealed some secrets.
Maybe.
It should probably be something a little more hush hush. Perhaps we could come in.
Wait in my office. I'll be there in a second.
Sure thing.
He closes the door. Go to his office. Go inside. You do see that on the wall of Captain Sinat's office, there is a large skin map of the surrounding area with needles stuck into it and string tied to each needle, like a web.
Uh-huh.
There's also on the other wall a map of the keep itself like location of buildings and stuff, as well as same thing, like a spider web.
Well, I mean, we don't. Yes, we see the paranoia is sitting in, but
From here on out, we're on his side and everything, or this bastard's gonna kill us in our sleep.
well, yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, eventually Captain Snack comes back. He's dressed. He's got his cape on, sword at the ready. Well, on his belt. Not a sword. He didn't keep a sword. Never mind. No weapon. You do
I've taken
see
off my helmet for ease of communication at this point, and I'm just sort of like in my lap.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's also there's a longbow attached to the wall, and kind of a suitcase-looking thing on the ground, as well as a chest, and a desk, and chair.
Well,
All right, so we managed to get some very interesting information. Do you remember Wally, the guy on the dragon?
Yeah, I remember.
He's been kidnapped by the local bandit group that's run by Figs, and we've discovered that 2 of the mercenaries staying at the guild house are actually spies for that bandit group.
Bandits. Have you been talking to Red?
No, actually. We heard
He
this
hasn't.
straight from the horse's mouth.
he actually did. I heard it straight from them.
What do you mean? It's not any bandits.
Yeah, bandit. And they kidnapped Wally. Poor Wally. Which, I was following up on the whole take them to the Caves of Chaos thing. But at first I needed to find Wally. And what I've discovered is that, bandits and spies.
Yes.
Damn it. All right. Bandits, eh? What do you know about these bandits?
Well, we know that Jasper and Paul are working with them. We figured Jasper and Paul go out today. We send a couple of guards. Maybe a bigger group of guards. We tail them, find the camp, rescue Wally, and then I go take care of the Caves of Chaos with these guys.
We want to get rid of these bandits as fast as possible. And also, if they were somehow the ones responsible for the caravan, then our job here would be done.
Could it be possible that this Walzer character could have been a bandit the whole time?
It's not. Trust me on this.
How do you know?
I've known the man for over a year. I worked with him. I worked with him plenty last year on quelling something. If he was a bandit, I'm pretty sure his bandit companions would have been wondering, hey, what happened to Walzer? Why hasn't he been here for several months? What? 'Cause, it doesn't. Trust me, he isn't one.
It's not like a bandit to ride a dragon. I found that bandits are typically incapable individuals, driven to a life of crime out of their own shittiness.
He says, well, how do we know that when they go out today, if they go out today? First of all, how do we know they're going to go out today? Second of all, how do we know they're even going to go back that direction?
Good point. We don't. They're
liable
I suppose, eventually they do have to report the fruits of their labor, so to speak. Since it's obviously all about spying on the keep to make sure the bandits aren't revealed. I suppose we could just simply comb the surrounding area for the bandit camp, but that's a little not subtle.
And a little risky, since in order to maximize how much we cover, they would have to send out small groups, and those small groups are liable to be picked off.
I can't imagine bandits in general are conducive to the defense of the keep.
Conducive? No, we've been a lot of shipments coming in from the south that have been taken. I agree it needs to be taken out. I don't know anything about the strength. I don't know how deep it is, what kind of defenses they have.
Yes.
We're going in the dark here.
Well, Well, by your leave, sir, we'll follow your orders to the letter, whatever they may be.
Yeah, I'd certainly like to trail them, but I don't know who to send. None of my men are particularly stealthy. They're all soldiers, born and bred to be soldiers.
Of course. That's reasonable.
Let's would you trail them?
I am not a very stealthy man, unfortunately.
I don't do quiet.
We've noticed.
I didn't ask you.
Oh. Sorry, it's a little hard to hear in general.
I mean, I suppose.
He'll say, suppose I'll have to do it myself.
You're a braver man than I, Captain.
He is you are very brave. Just be.
We need to get a message to Walzer.
Well, I don't suppose you two have a secret code language between the two of you.
I wish.
Gotta get on that. Best friends should always have a secret language that nobody else can understand.
Well, I mean, most I could do is probably mock him for a couple of amusing things that's happened to him, but that won't be helpful right here.
Well,
I've got an idea. Let's suppose I find Paul and Jasper, and I tell them we're looking for Walzer.
They claim to not know anything. We managed to get them all liquored up and get the truth out of them.
I imagine they'll go directly to the bandit camp and tell them that we're looking for them. We're looking for this guy.
Most likely.
Do you think he's smart enough to, if we could get a secret message to him and if we could catch his attention, to let him know that we're looking for him? Would he know it? Would he act on it?
I suppose it depends on the capacity within the camp. If he's all bound and gagged, he won't hear nothing. But
That's true.
I mean, I know he was originally trying to get information, so assuming he's not bound and gagged, I'm pretty sure he's somehow doing that.
I think, sir, you've hit the nail on the head, though. If we put the pressure on, they will go straight back to the camp, and then maybe we can do some covert scouting and judge the strength of their forces.
Probably. But what message, though?
No, but who to send is the question.
Should we make it seem like he might be suspected of something?
Walzer? Interesting. How do you mean?
Like, how do I say? Maybe make him sound like he's suspected of
Like he knows
banditry.
something.
Wait a minute! I've been struck with a moment of inspiration.
Yes.
We put out a bounty on Walzer, huh? Bring him back alive and unharmed.
Bring him to us.
Bring him back alive and unharmed, right? Because he stole something from the keep, or who knows? We just make it up. That way, Jasper and Paul will just find him bound and gagged in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And he'll have all the information about the bandit camp, and then we can we'll
make a show of putting him in the stocks and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, he'll enjoy that.
Well, but we need to make sure that Wally doesn't resist. We need to make him wanted for something that will let him know that this is a ploy. Something that you guys did on your adventure that only you would know. Wanted.
I have the perfect idea.
Oh, goody.
Oh God, what are you picking, Jacob?
What? How about wanted for assault on a dwarf?
Hmm.
A little specific. He might actually think that some dwarf's after him. Something.
Trust me. He'll understand. It won't. It's not severe. It's not severe enough to get him into major trouble.
We need to make the bounty big enough to convince them to bring him back to us, and so that's not a big enough crime for the bounty I plan to put on.
Wait a minute, Captain. You said something about Mr. Horrose trusting him.
What?
What?
Mr. Horrose trusted these guys, so you do too. You told me when you came to me with the mission.
Thistleburrows.
Yeah, Mr. Horrose. If we say that he's wanted by order of Thistleburrows, then maybe that sounds super official, sir. Alive and unharmed, enough money to make it work.
I don't think that the fact that we're here on board of Thistleborough is well known, so that could work. Wanted on
Interesting. Who knows that y'all are here because Thistleburrows asked you to come here? Only me.
Wanted on word of Thistleburrows for crime. I wonder.
Needs to be severe enough. Murder.
But that might get him executed, though, to be a fair punishment.
Well, it's a fake bounty, you understand?
It's a fake bounty.
We're not actually going to arrest him.
We'll drop the charges. There was a misunderstanding, something like that. We'll brush it under the rug.
True enough, but
well, hopefully we'll have cleared out the bandit camp before there's any time to suspect that it was a ruse.
Right.
True, and get the money back.
How about wanted for the murder of Boswell Thistleburrows?
Ooh.
Interesting.
I think between the three of us, we're a bunch of geniuses.
Of course.
Yeah, with that, we'll take a break. Come back to that plan.
All right, I like where this is going.
It's good stuff. Good stuff, guys.
All right, we'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes for the final hour of week number 5 of Die Party Blood Juice. Don't go anywhere, because this is exciting.